Hello and welcome to all. For the past few days, a rumor has been spreading through the international media and all the governments of the world. Kim Jong-un, the young supreme leader of North Korea, is no longer with us. The reason? They have noticed a disturbing disappearance of the one who used not to miss any celebration, especially to the one dedicated to his dear grandfather, Kim Il-sung, the founder of the North Korean nation. This crazy rumor naturally raises questions about what would happen if his death was confirmed. How would he be mourned? How would his people react, and most importantly, who would take over the power? Sit back and relax. Today, we will tell you all about this case that has the whole world on tenterhooks. Recurring health problems. Contrary to what one may believe, Kim Jong-un has always suffered from illnesses and has experienced episodes of great weaknesses that have caused him to disappear for long periods. And his health concerns are mainly due to his excess weight, which has moreover increased sharply since his rise to power. Fat Boy Kim, as the Chinese nickname him, would weigh between 120 and 130 kilograms, according to the latest estimate of the South Korean Secret Service, which diagnosed him with the beginning of diabetes and signs of heart failure. In 2014, Kim Jong-un had disappeared for more than a month when he felt weakened after an operation on his Achilles tendon linked to his overweight. He had reappeared a few weeks later hobbling with a cane in his hand. His insomnia, cigarette addiction, and excessive drinking did not help matters either. Kim Jong-un's doctors have always feared that he would succumb to a heart attack like his father and grandfather. And it is precisely heart problems that the supreme leader of North Korea is suspected to have experienced from April 2020. Did they predict it? April 2020, a worrying disappearance. On April 25, 2020, it was reported that China had sent a delegation of medical experts to Kim Jong-un's bedside. According to rumors, the country's leader is currently in a serious condition after undergoing cardiovascular surgery on April 12, 2020, and has been recovering since April 13 in a villa in North Pyongyang province. Speculations about his health conditions are running high. The famous American media TMZ even claims that he would have died because of a failed heart surgery. Another source in Beijing confirmed this rumor, adding that the leader died on the operating table because of an incompetent surgeon. In Hong Kong, a news channel claimed from a reliable source that the 36-year-old had died, and according to a Japanese magazine, he was still in a vegetative state. South Korea, on the other hand, believes that he is fine and that he is currently isolating himself simply for the fear of the coronavirus. And if such crazy rumors were born, it is because on April 15, 2020, against all odds, Kim Jong-un did not attend the commemoration of the 108th anniversary of the birth of Kim Il-sung, his grandfather and founder of North Korea, an event yet crucial in the country, which he normally does not miss for anything in the world. The absence of Kim Jong-un has left room for all kinds of hypotheses and speculations. And although the disappearance of the 36-year-old head of state is still a mere hypothesis, the issue of his succession is still on the agenda. What would happen if Kim Jong-un did not recover from his surgery? How will the people feel about his death? Who would take over the torch of the dynasty? We will see now. How would the world learn of his death? It is no secret that the regime in the north of the Korean peninsula is one of the most opaque in the world, all the more so when it comes to the health of its top leader. Remember, when Kim Jong-il, Kim Jong-un's father, died, the news did not circulate outside the inner circle of power in Pyongyang until 2 days after his death. If his son were to die today, the same scenario would undoubtedly be repeated, and the world would learn of it by a sudden announcement on state television. It is customary. The Bad Day anchorwoman would appear in a dark dress, crying, and suddenly announce on the screen that the supreme leader Kim Jong-un had died, melting into tears, a bit like all the North Korean people who, despite the extremist regime of their patriarch, love him deeply and sincerely. At least that is what they let believe. A thorny succession. In North Korea, power is traditionally transmitted by male heredity. When Kim Jong-il died in 2011, the question did not arise. His son, Kim Jong-un, would take the reins of the country. Today, it seems complicated to decide on the name of the future leader if the possible death of the leader was officially confirmed. Kim Jong-un is said to have 2 daughters and a son, presumably less than 10 years old. The latter is therefore not ready to succeed his father. As for his brother, Kim Jong-chol, he is said to have no interest in his country's politics, which puts him off a potential succession. The current North Korean leader also has a diplomat uncle, Kim Yo-jong, but the latter would have remained so long outside the circle of power that he could not claim such a promotion. Another contender could also aspire to the head of the North Korean government, the number 2 of the Workers' Party, Cho Ryung-hae, who has a wide influence but is difficult to imagine a lineage other than the Kims in power. But then, who will have the great honor of taking over the torch of the dynasty? A woman in power? Only one person seems to meet all the criteria, well, pretty much. It is Kim Jong-un's little sister, Kim Yo-jong. We don't know much about her either. Her date of birth is unknown. For you, we have tried to draw a small portrait of the one who would have great chances to become the supreme leader of North Korea. The 31-year-old woman is also the daughter of Ko Young-hui, one of Kim Jong-il's wives. She currently holds the position of first vice department head of the Central Committee of the Korean Workers' Party. She is reportedly married to the son of the vice chairman of the Workers' Party, Chloe Ryung-hae, and has a young daughter. She is a character who was not very media-friendly until then and only made her first public appearance in 2012 at the funeral of her father. Since then, Kim Yo-jong has become increasingly visible at ceremonies. Most notably, she gained international attention during the 2018 Olympics. She has made a big name for herself in recent years in the regime, including accompanying her brother to meetings with world leaders. Kim Yo-jong has always been the right-hand man of his brother. In the shadows, it is she who would orchestrate his communication plan for several years. In 2011, she was appointed by Kim Jong-un to the Department of State of Communication. The young woman, who embodies a new generation of regime executives, is working to build and gild Kim Jong-un's image. She was first mentioned by the state media in 2014 on the sidelines of a vote to renew the parliament. In 2014, she became the regime's vice director of propaganda. Constantly around her elder, she also forges a cult personality and strives to show a benevolent, accessible head of state in the image of their grandfather, Kim Il-sung. She even encouraged him to visit the homes of the poorest people and to include in his circle of friends unlikely personalities, such as the American basketball player Dennis Rodman. But unlike Kim Jong-un, she does not want to be as prominent as he is. And if she doesn't like to put herself in the spotlight, her career is rather dazzling. At every stage of her career, she has given satisfaction to Kim Jong-un, who is known to be capricious and demanding. After her studies in Switzerland, the multilingual computer science graduate gradually climbed the ranks until her appointment, in October 2017, to the Political Bureau of the Workers' Party of Korea, a decision-making body chaired by her elder. Appointed heiress. Kim Yo-jong has been officially appointed heiress since last December by the Central Committee of the Workers' Party, according to the Japanese daily Yomiuri. The Kim dynasty, founded with Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-un's grandfather, would thus be perpetuated with his little sister, who would be the best place to be among the greatest dictators of the world. For far from being a child at heart, if Kim Yo-jong were to take over the reins of North Korea, we should not expect any softening on her part. She is a great manipulator, but she is also very good at making strategic speeches. In fact, some time ago, she spoke publicly about a live-fire military exercise, which hurt the South Koreans a lot. In a bloody speech, she dared to compare their criticism to the barking of a frightened dog. It is clear that the stature she is currently assuming on the international scene is anything but innocent. When one knows that Kim Jong-un had his own uncle executed in cold blood for treason and corruption, it is hard to imagine what the person who is sometimes called more bloodthirsty than Kim Jong-un is capable of doing. Although Kim Jong-un's death has not yet been officially declared, the North Korean people are very apprehensive about this tragedy because the country did not expect the sudden demise of its young leader. And especially because the would-be ruler could be even more unpredictable and ruthless than her brother. Should we fear a political catastrophe soon? So what do you think about all this? In your opinion, is Kim Jong-un really dead? Or is he hiding deep in one of his huge mansions for fear of the terrible coronavirus? What do you think will happen if he dies? Will his sister allow a softening of the relations between North Korea and the rest of the world? Or will she be even more terrible than her revered brother? Tell us what you think in the comments.